We have a group of guys up front in our defensive line that has caused havoc all year long. Jonathan Ross and Josh Prize and those guys, they got after it as well. So I'm extremely happy about our defensive line. We may not look the best up front, but those guys have a motor that just don't stop.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sideline Report. I'm Marvin Jackson with Donna Hopkins, Lou Holder, and Fred Smoot. The Bowie State Bulldogs are on a roll, and we got a chance to talk to star defensive end Jonathan Ross. All right, I am with Jonathan Ross, defensive end with the Bowie State Bulldogs. And you guys call yourselves the cartel, that defensive line. Talk about that and why that's so special for you all.
Honestly, it came from the people who came before us. So we just try to keep the tradition going. So cartel is just a D-line thing. Like, it's only strictly for the D-line. No one else is involved in that. So we take pride in just keeping that name just going, and we just try to be the leaders of the defense. That's basically what a cartel is. So we just take over the game, and you just can't stop us. That's our goal.
All right, you're unstoppable. And that's been proven this season. You guys are 12-1. You've had 3 really tough games. The CIAA championship game, which you won, and then the 2 playoff games so far. And now you've got another big playoff game. How do you prepare mentally to get ready for those big games?
Honestly, it just takes just trusting the game plan that the coaches give us, honestly, and just staying in film, just keep watching film, and just figuring out little things that they do that we can just take advantage of. Just preparation. So just winning the day. We take every day one step at a time, one day by day, day by day, day by day.
Good job, boy.
Our motto is win the day. That's what we try to do.
It doesn't seem like you guys have a lot of pressure on you. You seem like you come with the same attitude and mentality, I guess, every game. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of pressure. How do you handle that pressure?
Honestly, it's
Just the one game, I guess the one game at a time thing.
yeah, one game at a time. Just don't get worried about tomorrow. We got to handle the day first. So just like we take a week, 1 week by 1 week. So it's just honestly just trusting our game plan and just doing what we have to do on Saturdays. And on the days that we have preparation days, like studying together or going to our coaches for extra time. We just try to just do whatever we have to do. So when Saturday does come, we can just put on the show.
And speaking of coaches, you got a great defensive coordinator, great head coach. Talk about those guys, Coach Sewell, Coach Wilson, how they get you guys ready for games. And also, it seems like you get guys play really hard for those guys.
Yeah, we just have to trust our coaching, honestly. It's been helping us all season, so we don't want to change anything. If the wheel isn't broke, don't fix it. So we just try to just trust whatever they have for us. When it comes to the coaches, Coach Williams is also a coach that's our D-line coach. He's in charge of us, the cartel. So he works as hard during the week. I don't think we ever stop working during practice. So he honestly keeps us going. So you guys see that in games where we don't stop. We just keep going.
I know you guys stay grounded too. I know you have a lot of stuff going on every week, Bible study. You have all kinds of things going on, study hall. And I guess you got to really say that those coaches make a difference in your lives, right? As men.
Yeah, they teach us how to be men at the end of the day. Because football is all fun and hitting people and just doing different stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a lesson behind it. And that's what they keep us grounded and keep us focused on what the lesson is behind whatever's going on. So I definitely appreciate my coaches. They keep us level-headed.
All right. And let's talk about, your next game. You got a big game coming up. You're in the final 8 now in NCAA Division II. I know that's a good feeling. Talk about this big game coming up this weekend and how you guys feel. I mean, because they're a pretty good team. I mean, they were number 1 in the region. You guys were number 2. And they've been there quite often in the last decade. I think, they've always been there as well. So you got a tough opponent. And how do you handle a tough opponent that has that great of an offense? They have a really good offense.
Honestly, just keep doing what we've been doing. Our coaches they're going to give us the game plan. Just get prepared for exactly what we're trying to do. But the main thing for us is to just keep doing what we're doing and don't let anything stop us from doing what we're doing. This team it's a good team, yes, but also we are who we are, and we're trying to show that on Saturday.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And let's talk a little bit about how you got to Bowie. Where did you come from as far as high school? You're from the DMV. Talk about that, man.
I come from St. Charles High School. That's out in Waldorf, Maryland. It was a pretty roughly new school, so I didn't really have that much recruitment coming out, except for Bowie. Bowie is my only shot D2 wise. So once they gave me that shot, I just decided to take it and run with it. Honestly, coming in, I wasn't a highly recruited guy, so I was always the underdog, so I had to work to be where I am now. So it's definitely been a journey, and I definitely want to keep this journey going by winning a national championship.
You just got a big award from the Touchdown Club too, I believe, of Washington, D.C. as the area college player of the week. I tell you, being an underdog helped you because you always try harder. Your motor's running out there on the field quite often. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're getting a lot of tackles, a lot of sacks. I know you're all CIAA this year, and you got one more year. So Snake, as they call you, keep on doing your thing. Before we go, talk about the guys in the cartel, that defensive line. Who are those guys, and who are they that make you so good? Because I know as a cartel, it takes everybody. Everybody has to have strength to make it work, right?
Yeah. For one, Joshua Pryor, number 0. That's my guy. We call each other Ben Frank because he has 0, I have 10, so we just put it together. That's my guy. Then we have Kendall Robinson, Ellison Jordan. We just have so many dogs up front that really just want to cause havoc, and that's what cartel is all about. That's my crew.
That's the crew that's gonna wreak havoc this Saturday down in Georgia, right?
Yes, sir. We plan to.
Want to see a lot of sacks and a lot of tackles for loss, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's
your game. That's your game.
That's the goal. Yeah.
And one more thing. Are we ever going to see you sing the national anthem? Because your sister has sung the national anthem at games twice. Are we ever going to see you do it?
Probably not. I'm gonna just
okay.
I'm gonna leave that to her. She's an artist, so I gotta just let her sing her little voice out. So.
All right. Okay, Jonathan Ross, Bowie State defensive end. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
That was Jonathan Ross. A few weeks ago, he was the Touchdown Club College Football Player of the Week for the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Young man's been playing very well. He was not highly recruited, but he has developed into a great defensive end. Lou, you want to talk about this Bowie State football program?
Let me tell you something. We have Fred Smoot with us, and Fred knows that offense might win games, but defense wins championships. And that defense over at Bowie State is unbelievable. Pryor and Ross and all of them. I mean, I've seen it firsthand a couple times in the last couple of weeks where that defense has won them football games. And Damon Wilson has that whole entire program humming, but that defense has been good for a long, long time. They're getting it in from the corner position. They're getting it in from the safety position. They're getting it in from the front four. And that family atmosphere that he talked about, that Ross talked about on the defensive line, it's the whole family atmosphere of the whole team. We've seen Jerome Johnson play on one leg. He's been playing on one leg for a couple of weeks because of injuries to ankles and things of that nature. But he said to us in post-game interviews, I'm a senior. You're going to need an ambulance to get me off the field. And that's the mentality that this team has had. Bite down. So it is the best story in the DMV. Washington has just started winning some football games here and there. The Wizards are just starting to win basketball games, but Bowie State has been winning football games since like the first Bush administration. So, I mean, we really, really need to embrace how great. You want to talk about culture and culture changing, everything going on in Bowie State. It's a great story. It's why we got into sports. It's why all of us got into sports and why Fred's doing sports commentating now. It's telling those great stories from where you are in Bowie State. There's not a better story going on in the DMV.
All right. And they're going to keep on rolling, hopefully this weekend, as they take on Valdosta State in Georgia on Saturday at 1 p.m. So if you can find a way to stream that game, you should, because it's going to be a great game. All right. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Fred, Lou, and Donna. Don't go away.
Run the ball, score. Run the ball, score.